record. So please click accept or agree with it, and then we can go through. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to move on a little bit to our housekeeping note, everybody. And please be informed that you can see on your screen, it is a closed caption or subtitle that is in English to help you understand a little bit better in writing. Please turn off your mic while you're not speaking. If you have any questions, please write down your question in the chat box of Zoom. And you can introduce yourself by writing your name, your grade. If you're in grade 12 or 11, just write it down, and also add your province. You can raise your hand also during the Q&A questions. And if you could, when you're asking question and speaking, you can turn your camera on. And this is the objective. These are the 4 objectives that we are creating this session for you all students today. Oops. Excuse me, I didn't want to turn that on. All right. So we have 4 objectives. The first one is we want to provide to you all some useful resources for everyone in K-12, their academic journey. Second, we want to share with you the important information for you all to prepare for your future. And third is to share you the opportunity to ask questions with our experiential panelists who are here today. Fourth, to bring the readiness for your near futures, and this is during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is such important time that we all need to be well prepared. And here is the time. I'm sorry that I take you a few minutes for earlier of this introduction. So we have 3 speakers, as you can see, Mr. Suben first, and Mr. Jantar next. And the last panelist is Dr. Dan. And each of the topics they already prepared to share with you all today. And you all will have roughly about 30 minutes for your questions. So do ask the questions that you have. And by the way, I have also included your questions within this slide already for those students who registered by the Google form. So don't worry, your questions are going to be asked and discussed in here. But please be honest with you all. Some of the questions, we can't really know what the exact answers, but we have some ideas and clues. And we hope to learn more from our 3 panelists today. Yes, here's now your time. Teacher Suben, are you ready to go? And please introduce yourself to our audience, our students today. Please give our speakers a hand clapping sign, everyone. Thank you.
And firstly, I would like to say good morning to Professor Dan, Teacher Dara, Teacher Lin Jantar, Teacher Chalon, and all the students here. And welcome to your participation for this program. And firstly, I would like to introduce myself. Good morning to everyone. Hello, my name is Son Suben. You call me Teacher Suben. And I work at a Global Child, and my position is English teacher and social worker. Let me show you here, and I have started working at a Global Child since 2014. And this is where I work. We call the Global Child. What is a Global Child? Global Child is an organization that is a non-profit school based in Siem Reap. And Global Child is provide a school fee for the poor students who come from rural area in Siem Reap. And the Global Child was established in 2004, and 2008 it moved to Siem Reap. And this is the website of the Global Child, and this is the school. It's located in Lop Tanoi Road. If the student live in Siem Reap, they will know the Global Child. And Yeah, and I want to show you about what do TGC students do after they graduate from grade 12. And the student global child, the student of the global child, and the student from outside of the global child, maybe they have a similar goal, what they want to do after they graduate from K-12. Yeah, and currently, at the global child, we have 12 students. They are in 12 students in grade 12, and they will finish soon from from high school. Yeah, and all the students here, when they graduate from K-12, grade 12, they will looking for the scholarship. Yeah, apply the scholarship. And where do they apply for the scholarship? What criteria can they apply for? Yeah, according to the scholarship, it is a very different criteria, and all the students at the global child, they this year they apply for some NGO, some local and international NGO in Siem Reap. And for example, there are many NGO that support for the poor student. And the student who can apply for the scholarship, it means that they come from poor family or medium family. But the poor family is the priority, to apply for the scholarship. Yeah, and this is the we call J-Work, journey within our community. J-Work is one of organization in Siem Reap that provide the scholarship, for K-12 student, and the student who are studying in year 1 and year 2, they can apply for this scholarship as well. You can see about the website of J-Work. And actually, I am the former of scholarship, from this NGO as well. And also we we have with Child Dreams Cambodia organization that provides scholarship to students. And if you are interested, you can check this website to apply that. And this scholarship, it doesn't provide a scholarship based in Siem Reap. It can be in Phnom Penh and other provinces as well. And you can learn more about how to apply for for this organization. And also we have the Asia Foundation. This is an international organization that support the scholarship for students as well. Yeah, and also for a regional polytechnic institute that you Hun Sen Siem Reap. This is a department that sponsored by the state, and it's based in Siem Reap. And there are a lot of programs that you can learn, and you can try to apply for this department. Yeah, and the last one on the bottom, that is IDP. IDP is the international office that sponsor the student for the scholarship. And if you are interested to apply for to study abroad, you can learn from IDP, from this website. Yeah, that and that provide the school. And also if any student who are interested to apply or to register to learn abroad, you can learn detail from IDP. Yeah, and it is based in Phnom Penh and also in Siem Reap as well, inside of ICE. Yeah, and I want to tell you a little bit about how to apply for the scholarship. And actually, when you go to this website, you will see about the form, and you can download the form from those NGO and fill the information what they need, and try to learn more detail about how to apply the scholarship. Yeah, because there are some criteria that they need specific from you. For example, to they need a certificate from high school or certificate from university as well if they are in year 1. Yeah, and also make sure these NGO they support mostly for the poor student. Yeah, the student who don't have ability to pay for university for the future. Yeah, you can apply through this NGO, and they every year they provide a scholarship to all the students. Some NGO they give 2 times for the scholarship. Yeah, so you can learn through this the scholarship, and there are more the department that provide the scholarship. You can learn from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport. Yeah, they provide a lot of scholarship through from your school where you learn. Yeah, they every year they give the form to the school, yeah, to share to the student to fill the application form for the scholarship from the Ministry Education, Youth and Sport, in our country. Yeah, and I can go to the next slide. And how to apply for a job, and what kind of website that you are looking for to find a job and to apply the job. This is what I share to the student at the Global Child when they graduate from K-12. They learn from this website. They check from this website regularly to apply for the job, because that is a very important since pandemic COVID-19, and every provinces and some of your area that you live are very restricted, and you cannot go outside to looking for a job. So this is the reason you can check those websites to find out the job from the advertisement, yeah, from job agency. And also I have my student to prepare the CV cover with Thai to apply for the job, and I will show you about the sample what I have my student to prepare the CV. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So Ben, you have about just 1 minute, so you can also.
Okay. Yes.
And you can share later during the discussion.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah. Okay. And this is what I have my student to prepare for this CV. And some of students we know that they have a like experience, but no problem whatever they are. But you can all students they can put what they have experience, what they have done before, even though that is short term or long term, they can add here to make more a requirement from a job. Yeah, and this is I will send you from this, and all the students who are in this attendant, you can learn from this sample what I show you here. Yeah, and that's it from my presentation about for this opportunity to share. And if you have any question or concern, you can drop your question to the chat box or ask at the end of the session. And thank you very much, all the teacher and all the students who pay attention for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Teacher Suben. Wonderful for having your presentation today for our students. Hope that they can get some idea, and please do drop the sample of the CV if you can. No problem to share in the chat box. Now, next speakers would like to invite is Mr. Janta. We're talking about the resources and also scholarship opportunities from the Bright Universities in Siem Reap. Please, lecturer Janta, please. Yes.
Can you
wow,
hear
looks
my sounds properly, everyone?
perfect? Perfect screen and the sound. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Dr. Dan. Good morning, Bonara and Teacher Saban and our teachers and all the students. So to start, let me know you, but before you know you, you have to know me. So I am Mr. Janta, right? I am single, but with other properties. Okay, so to start, my time is short. I just show you about a little bit my learning experience. 2002, I finished my high school, and 2006, I finished my bachelor degree in Phnom Penh. That's your situation now. And 2009, I finished my master degree in business. 20 and 21, I'm continuing my master degree with Teacher Suban. 2018, I was a tour guide. 2018 to present, I am a head of student affairs in BU Siem Reap. In case you're interested in my presentation or you want to make connection with me, you can follow all the social medias here. To start, so the first option that you sit down here because now some of you here still not clear about your future and right now. So the first options that you are here, you don't know what to do yet. The second options, most of you have in mind already that finish your high school, you're gonna choose a job. But the other students, getting to their situation, they think that, oh, they might choose to study professional skills just only for 1 year or 2 years, like bakery or mechanics. Anyway, most of you here, you have a clear plans already that you want to get scholarship, right? You want to get a scholarship. So other people or other students, they plan to search for scholarship in long distance. Example, you want to be a primary teacher, you want to be a junior teacher or work for the government after you grade 12. Great job that you have this plan. Finally, we have another options that you can search for is local higher education in Siem Reap, that BBU. So to you here, I would like to inspire you that you should not stop for grade 12. You should go higher. Why you go higher education? Because you can, get a better job. You can improve your mind. You can follow your dreams, right? And you can help your family. And especially for me, Bong Dara and Teacher Saban and teacher, we can say Dr. Dance, we are married. So how can we get married? Because of higher educations. For Bill Bryant University, we have 8 campuses, Siem Reap, Takao, Sihanouk Vale, Battambang, Banteay Meanchey, Stung Trai, Ratnagiri. That means life is options. You cannot stand one feet in one place. You have to walk on. So keep choice for yourself, hope for yourself. Talk about Bill Bryant University in Siem Reap building. We have 5 buildings in Siem Reap. That is the main point that you should take notes. Bill Bryant University, we have 8 faculties: Faculty of Business Administration, Faculty of Art, Humanity, and Languages, and we have a Faculty of Agriculture Sciences. Okay, in short, we have Technology or Computer, Faculty of Tourism and Hospitality, Faculty of Law and Sciences, Faculty of Engineering and Architecture, and Faculty of Economics. In order to support your study successfully, you cannot study alone. We have many departments to support you. The first student affair and myself. The first thing that we support you is that we can say internship. So internship for you is important. You can internship in Beibra University or outside. We have some services to help you. So why do you have to do internship? The first, you can get small budget, right? And also allowance to support your daily expenses. You can make more communication. You can balance yourself. The skill that you are attending right now fit to your purpose or not. You can get some experience from the real workplace, and you will learn about yourself that you love your study and the job that you do in the society or not. Once more, in Cambodia needs experience. So the best way that you can get experience by internship at the moment, teachers have one student just like grade 7, but they get experience by doing this. So I suppose that you can get internship, can be in BBU or can be outside. I have you. When you get internship, you get opportunity, right, to become full-time staff, and then you can pay for your own fee. For my department, student affair, we have a service for searching job for you, like Teacher Suban. But for us, we have a lot of, we can say, cooperate with a lot of parties. So at the moment, most of the students get a job by our departments. So we share information, we train them how to get a job, we be with them. And at the moment, we have a plan organizations, and we have other company that the student, you can see the feedback here when they are happy when they get a job, right? Everyone the same, for me too, right? If somebody get a job, we are happy. So beside this department, we have other department for have you like library. We have more than 1,000 books to support you. We provide space and internet that you can sit for free. When you study, you have to practice and apply. So we have provided you a lot of labs, example IT lab for you practice computer or do design or more research. If you study English, we have foreign teachers or native teacher and Khmer teacher, and provide you the labs or English lab for you. Moderator, when I 1 minute lab, please kindly advise me. If you study about engineer, so engineer, I think the tough job. One, study in the class, practice in campus, and go to the instruction field. You must, right? If you love this job, cannot stay in office or in the class. 3 things, right? Study in class, practice in campus, and go to the field of constructions. For if you're interested about law, you study, we have to study in class, and we have role play. The role play important because the expert teacher will guide you, look like to be in the real tribunal court. To be short, we have some picture to show that when we study, we have to apply yourself with other international relations. At the moment, we have covered with international, like with Thai University, and then we have social events, right? We have to apply our study with the social events. We have study tour, and okay, we have study tour, and we also have we have also like other activity.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Janta. As time is up, I know that you are approaching to an end. So
okay, so and then we have to study also, but we have abroad, right? Visiting and also community visiting. That is the thing that you want to learn for. Beibra University provide you according to the situation or be flexible. So like last year, all the students passed. So we provide scholarship according to the situation. But this year, if you all pass with the grade, we will be flexible. So we provide a discount 10 up to 25%. And we also MOU with special organization as well. If you want to smell about the admissions, you can check our page, and especially we will start our new term next year, January. So I bring you to the end. If you want to get a better job in life, you need three things: knowledge from school, skill. We have three skills: head skill, hard skill, and hand skills. And then finally, attitudes. Example today, you have to be good attitude for time management, attitude to listen to the other, and you have to improve. And finally, I suppose that you have enough ability to catch a better job and then career. Thank you very much. And thank you, Bonara. I throw the floor to you now.
Right. Thank you so much, Lecturer Janta, Mr. Janta. Fantastic to share what you have at Bilbra University. To be honest with you, I never seen the courtroom. That is so interesting to me. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm sure there will be some question about scholarship from the student, but we will open that to you after Dr. Dan. Now, Dr. Dan, would you mind? I would like to invite you. Asia. And please do share your topic to our teachers and students.
Yes, very good. Can you, everybody see the slides okay, Principal Darren?
Yes, I can see it now. Fantastic.
Thank you. Well, I would like to thank you, Principal Darren, for inviting me to be part of this. I would like to thank Teacher Sobin for being a co-panelist and Mr. Chanta as well. Thank you all very much. I am a retired professor from the Ohio State University College of Medicine. I was trained as a physician and specialty as a pathologist. I did much research on viruses and also did clinical work. And then I led departments and was a dean of a medical school for several years. So right now, as I said, I am retired, and it's been a pleasure to provide some teaching at the Global Child. So what I'd like to do is first talk about how to prepare for the university. And the first thing that many people have a challenge with is picking a major. And picking a major is very similar to picking a career. And what I recommend to everybody is to do a self-assessment. Think about what your interests are, what your strengths are and your weaknesses are. What are your goals? And then something that I think is very interesting is there has been a lot of work and research done on linking your personality type to the occupation that's best for you. It's been shown that if you do in life some activity, an occupation that makes you the happiest, you will do the best job. And it in turn will make you happy and lead to a fulfilled life. So Dr. Holland, a psychologist, published research on this in the 1950s. And this is now a very popular way for students to help determine what occupation, what major may be best for them. And I have left the link here. And so you can check on this link. But basically what Dr. Holland said was that you could group people into 6 personality categories. And each one of these categories matches with certain occupations. And you can take this test online free, and that may provide some help. Now, once you've done your self-assessment, you need to investigate the careers. And I would suggest you read online descriptions of them. I think it's very important to meet an expert in your field of interest. If you have something you're thinking of doing, then it would be very good if you could meet somebody who is doing it, and you could spend some time with them, a couple of hours or a day or 2 days, or just being able to talk with them. And if you're unable to do that, perhaps you can volunteer in an area that is the kind of occupation you would be interested in. Or you can meet a student that is a major in a career of interest. So either has a similar major or similar career interest. So if, let's say you are interested in being an engineer, you could meet a student who's in engineering and ask them questions about what is the major like? What do you plan on doing? And I would think many students would welcome that. They would love to help fellow students, just as experts would like to help fellow students. Most people are very helpful. I'm going to do my best to stay within the time. And so let's move on to how does one do well at the university? Well, I think the most important thing once you're at the university is to develop good study habits. If you could find a quiet place and use the same place every time, with some exceptions, and do it at the same time every day. This has to become a habit of life, like brushing your teeth. Study must become a habit. And it works best when you do that. But the other thing you're going to have to do, because this will be stressful, you may be away from home. You may be away from some of your friends. You may have lots of tests that you're not used to, or more homework or more papers to write than you've thought about before. So you need to have strategies to manage your stress. You need a support group at the college. You can develop some friendships, ideally in people that are in the major you're interested in. Be involved in sports and exercise. We know that exercise in particular is very good at reducing stress. And that is really part of a whole group of what we call resiliency skills. And I would encourage you to read about resiliency skills. These are skills that help you manage stress and deal with some of the challenges of going to school. One of the very simple resiliency skills that I know is well known in Cambodia, but has become very popular in the United States is meditation. And of course, there are different types of meditation, but even the simplest type of meditation, that of concentrating on one's breath, can do a great deal to manage stress. Now, how do you prepare for a new job? Well, you prepare a resume, but I think Teacher Sobin did a good job of telling you about CVs, curriculum vitae. So I will not spend any more time on this because he is very much an expert on this and he can share that with you. I think it's important to apply to several jobs at the same time. Don't just apply to one job and wait for an answer. Now, maybe that could be different in Cambodia, but here in the United States, we would suggest to students you apply to several jobs. Ideally, because you would want several companies interested in you and you would be able to make a choice perhaps. But you also have to know that some companies may have so many applicants that they may not respond to your application at all. So you need to increase your chances of getting an interview. And if you're invited for an interview, this is one of the most important things in getting a job other than your CV. Once you're there for an interview, they are really going to take a look at you. So you must prepare for an interview. I always recommend that you learn about the company before the interview. You study about it, you know about it. Where's the company office? How many offices does it have? How many people work at the company? What does a company make? Does it have any international sales? Know about the company. So if they ask you questions, you can respond in a knowledgeable and intelligent way. Of course, dress appropriately. You must be, for the most part, formal in dress. And you must be obviously very clean, very formal, because many people will form an opinion of you just by the way you look. And you have to be careful of that. And then, of course, you need to act appropriately. You always arrive a little bit early, 10, 15, 20 minutes early. You never arrive right on the minute. You certainly never, ever, ever arrive late. To arrive late is, in almost every culture in the world, is a dishonor to the person who is interviewing you. You need to be respectful. And I know in some cultures, more than others, it's very important to pay respect to those who are more advanced in age and education and occupation and experience. You must demonstrate that respect. If allowed, ask a question based on your research on the company. So if they say, student, do you have a question about this job? Do you have a question about our company? What I would recommend you say is, yes, I do have a question. I read a great deal about your company. I'm very fascinated by it. It seems like a very good company. I wonder if you could tell me about, and then that's your question. Maybe you could say, can you tell me about what are your plans for the company in the future? Or will you be expanding? Or is informatics important to your company? Will you be working in other, I mean, you could ask a question and they'd like to see that you've asked a question based on your knowledge. And so that is the end of my presentation. And I hope I've been able to offer something, and I would be pleased to answer questions at the end. Thank you all very much for your attention.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan. So everybody, please give your hand clapping sign to all our three panelists with a quick reaction. You may do that. Yes. Dr. Dan, would you mind stopping your share screen so that everybody can see the hand clapping sign?
I would be delighted to, Principal.
Yes. Okay. Thank you all again for your precious presentations and tips for our students today. Now I would like to open up for question sessions. This is Q&A session. Please do drop questions in the chat box, everybody, if you have. But I do have the 3 questions that prepared, and based on the registration form. I would like to share the screen now for our panelists, and then I will read that for you all so you can help contribute to the questions from the students. Mr. On, please help record all the questions in the chat box for now, in case I forget. Okay. Yes. All right. This is the first question. Teacher Subin, can you confirm you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me read this for you. The first question is, how should I prepare and choose a major in universities correctly? Because I don't know what I'm gonna choose. What should I prepare for interview? I think most of our speakers today, panelists, already share some of the tips, but in case you would like to give any more important tips you may have. Yes, who want to go first?
Principal Soba, I will, Dara, I will just reiterate several of the points I made in my slide. I think it's very important for the student principal to think about what interests them, but not just what interests them, but also what they believe their strengths are and their weaknesses are. If a student is interested in engineering, but they don't like mathematics and they don't do well in mathematics, then that may not be the best major for them. Mm-hmm. They want to really, what I say, marry their interests with their strengths. They want to marry those together. So they should be thinking about the things that they do and in their life, or what they have seen in their life that interest them. And as I said, there are things online that can help them as well. And the Holland survey, which is free and online, can help them also with a career. Thank you, Principal.
Fantastic. Great, great. Okay, thank you, Dr. Dan. And how about Teacher Subin or Teacher Janta?
Yeah. Okay, and I want to answer about this question: how should I choose, for university correctly? Of course, you should know yourself about what is your strength and what is your weakness. And to apply for university, apply what you like, apply what you are good at, and don't decide quickly. If you are not sure, you can discuss or get the advice from the expert. Especially you can go to university office and discuss to get the advice from the expert here. They will provide you about what major that you can apply. For example, if you want to apply for if you want to study for IT, but you get nothing with the IT, you don't know, you never learn about the computer, so you will get a problem. And you for this case, you learn more about yourself what you are good at, what is your strength now, and what you are good at with the subject that you want to study at university. Because if you choose correctly, it will help you to improve, to increase your quality of your learning. But if you decide yourself and you don't know about what you are good at, it means that you don't improve your learning. Sometimes you will quit your school, from year 1 or year 2, due to you don't know about what you are good at. So learn more about the major from university, and also about your knowledge are involved or not, are engaged or not. Yeah, that is
Great.
my
Great tip,
suggestion to
Teacher
you.
Suben. Thank you so much for that. Yes. All right, Teacher Janta, would you like to add up anything on this point?
Okay, I think that almost full, right? Almost full.
Yeah.
To repeat, teacher, Dr. Dance mentioned clearly, and Teacher Suben. But for me, I would like to give you to say that the first, like, believe in yourself, know yourself, and then you have to know about outsider. Bright University, we have 8 campuses. So if you want to know about the majors, the first thing you have to look at to the page. Sometimes you cannot go to us directly. You can ask about the page. Second, you can visit Bright University, and then we have many departments to help you. We not allow you to choose faculty directly. We need to take time to be with you. The first stage, we will be tour visiting. Refer to you come to our university, we guide you everything to know. And then when you want to know more, we have a discussions. For example, when you come, we will show you that you are still K-12. If you're interested in faculty, we have criteria like this and like this. And then we give you brochure, brochure. When you back home, you read details and balance, reflect yourself. What you love, your family support, your talent, your future goals. And then after you watch the brochures, when you come to university, we have program. You can attend freely, not register yet, right? We not force you. When you register, we have an expert to explain you details. When you study for the first year, what you study, and then second semester, we have presentation about faculty. And then you say, teacher, I'm not clear yet. We have opportunity to ask you to change the subject because, you're not quite sure. We give you an options until you finish year 1, semester 1, we have presentation about all fields. You have pictures. The first you join, you are not clear after 6 months, and then you finish 2 years, you go to year 3, semester 1, we have presentation more. Make picture in your mind, have you, until you consult them. So this is the way that university can help you. Don't be shy, check the page, visit the school, ask them in details, right? If you go to market and you want to buy expensive, you ask, can you tell me about some benefit that I should choose this product? The same, we have to challenge for you. Okay, that is the point for you, right?
Thank you,
You
Teacher
brochure,
Janta.
right? Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, let me highlight that I think it's a good way that you mentioned the students can walk around the campus and understanding the major. I didn't have that before. I didn't hear about all this. So very good offer. So student can study the major before they make any decision. Fantastic. Now, please allow me to move on to the next questions. And please keep track on the question in the chat box. We will go into that a bit later.
Yeah, we have 2 questions from students.
Oh, good. Let's finish this. Yeah, let's
Yes.
finish this first, and then we will move on there. So, our owner panelists, allow me to read this question for you. This is like a fantastic questions. Let me read that for everyone. What is the best job in today's society? Wow, a big question. So who would like to share their ideas here? Please.
Yeah, I will try to answer of this, but I don't have any specific data in my hands. But I just what I got information, from newspaper. And what is the best job for society today? Yeah, due to the experience, due to my experience, what I do research, the best job that are the best, the job are the best for the student who graduate from university are IT, information of technology, and also for banking and finance. Banking and finance are very popular for the student, and also for accountant as well. And be honest, before the pandemic of COVID-19, tourism is the most popular, but now tourism is it almost died, because of the COVID-19. So in this case, banking and finance is more popular, for for now. This is what I got the research, but I don't have any specific in my hands. So teacher
Thank you,
Chanta
teacher
maybe
Subin.
have specific than me.
That's a great reference that you have come up for our students today. Great, thank you. How about teacher Janta? Would you like to add anything to your own thought?
The best job, if we don't talk about other things, the best job, that means you get best salary. You can get best power, you get high positions. That is the best job. That is too straight. If we talk about logically, the best job refers to the job. All jobs are good. It depends on your ability, right? If you have high ability, the best job you get. But if we don't have great ability, how can you get the best job? And then you have to look at the Ministry of Education now. They try to motivate you. If you want to get the best job, you need to have at least 3 skills. The first skill is main skill, and then supporting skills. For example, you talk about IT. IT is the main skill. But if you don't have negotiation skills, you cannot to be the best job. So for me, I still encourage you that you need to have ability. Ask your ability, like Dr. Dan mentioned. What is your background? And then you have to ask your favorites. And next, you need to know about opportunity. The best job need opportunity. Like this morning, you want to get the best job, but it's late. You don't join. You don't know. So we don't have any best job for you. So best job refer to commitment, and the best job needs experience. In short, in Cambodia, best job right now, we have 3 categories: the best job in private, the best job in public sector, and the best job by your own business. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, teacher Janta. Fantastic. Yes, and yep, Dr. Dan, would you like to give any clues to our students?
I think the suggestions made by teacher Chanta and teacher Sobin have been excellent. I mean, one way of thinking about the best jobs is thinking about what jobs are available now, as teacher Sobin said, during this era of COVID, because those jobs will always be there. I mean, one way of looking at it, the best job is what's the best job for you? What will allow you to always to be happy and do your best and have a family or live the way you want to live. That's one. So how do we define best job? So one, we could define it as that which makes us do our best in life, or maybe we define best job as the job that never goes away. It will always be there, COVID or no COVID. So it depends on how we define it. I mean, for instance, one of the best jobs, COVID or no COVID right now, could be informatics. We're all communicating by computers. That's very important. Another job is something in medicine. People always get sick, you know.
So true.
Yeah, you know, so there are things that are always needs, regardless of what happens. So it depends on how you as a student define what's best. Is best the job that makes the most? Is best a job that you can always have, even during COVID? Or is best the job that makes you feel best about yourself and the happiest?
Wow, that's fantastic, Dr. Dan. Let me just echo what you just mentioned as an example. the best job, it's like the job that is always needed by the people. As example, a job that to treat people, like a doctor or a nurse, a pharmacist who could provide or can provide medicines for normal diseases. Is that does that make sense to you? Perfect. So this is an example of that. Thank you all very much, Dr. Dan, Teacher Chanta, and Teacher Subin. Great for having your inputs to our students' question here. I hope that everybody can learn about the point from our speakers today. I would like to move on a little bit here. Oh, not yet, but thank you, everyone. We're still here. I think there is one more question that I skipped, but I would like just to highlight that your question related to apply for a scholarship locally or abroad. This is referred to Teacher Subin's slide, and he was already mentioning, and he already said he would share the slide to everybody. By the way, Dr. Dan and Teacher Chanta, would you mind if we share your slide to our students? Is that okay with you?
Oh, yes, please do.
Yes, yeah, after finish the
Perfect.
presentation, I will share.
Perfect.
All, right?
Because some of the personality check, like Dr. Dan mentioned in the website, so they can have that as a resource, which is wonderful. Okay.
Yes, please.
Now to continue on with our Q&A sessions, we still have about 6 minutes to go. So please do ask questions you might have. I would like to call, before I go into the chat box question, want to call if anybody want to raise your hand and speak up, ask a question, please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question directly from speaking. I'm looking at the sign here, our participant. Please raise your hand if you do. Okay, nobody raised their hand. Then I can go to the question in the chat box. Mr. On, please help me. I would like to share my screen and see if I miss any question. So you are now seeing my screen.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, good. This is the first question from Chariya. Question 1. What will you do when you can't answer a question during the interview? Oh, Dr. Dan, probably. You make it first.
Well, I think if you can't answer a question, it's okay to acknowledge that you can't answer the question. But sometimes it's how one phrases the answer. So if I was asked a question and I couldn't answer it, I would say, that is a very good question. I am not certain of the answer, but thank you. That is a good question. And I am going to check into that as soon as this interview is finished.
Fantastic. Wow. Great. Thanks, Dr. Dan. Yes. Teacher Chanta, would you like to give any thought on that?
This is the main point. No one knows everything, but we have to acknowledge politely. You can make that like Dr. Dan said that is a great question, but at the moment I cannot find a suitable answer, right, to fulfill this one. So may I give me another time after next, maybe I can find suitable answer for you. That is the best way. You still pursue that you want to answer, but this time you cannot match the best answer to the questions. We have to be polite logically, because sometimes you cannot answer the question, but it can test about ability of, we can say, diplomatic words as well.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Teacher Chanta. Yes. Teacher Subin, any thoughts on that?
Yes, thank you so much. And I think this is a hard question, and I try to answer you. And if you cannot answer the question, for interview, firstly, you should learn about the company that you want to apply. What the criteria, what the criteria of the company, what they are doing, and also you should know about yourself, about your work experience, your requirement. And I think if you have a specific plan, and you will answer very well. But if you have no plan, you don't study about the company, you don't learn about yourself, what your qualifications are, so you have the trouble to answer. But if you are make sure with the company and with yourself, I think you will be able to answer that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great tip to avoid unanswerable questions during the interview. Try to study about your workplace, the workplace that you are applying for, so that you know informations a little bit more. So try be ready for the interview. Great. Thank
So hello, Bonara, may I add a
please.
bit? At the moment, we have two options. The first, like my first technique is that answer them logically, give me another time. It's the questions, but another time you can answer politely that this is the good question. I don't have my idea, but I try it. If it not fulfilled, please kindly forgive me. That means you try to challenge, because some question you answer, you don't know yet, but after you produce a few sentences, wow, a lot of idea, you know, sometimes we start. But when we speak around a few words, a few sentences, fluent, that means the first option, answer logically. Another, try to be apologize if the answer not match. But you know, some people, they speak only a few sentences, fluent. But when they don't speak, that means the same. So honest, try it.
Great. Thank you, Teacher Janta, for adding that up. Now, I would like to read another question from our students. This is from Lina Hun Lina. She said, teacher, my major is English. So where can I look for I think she wanted to write internship. So I look for an internship or volunteer work. So can you recommend where she can find a place to take her internship or volunteer work that she can do to get experience?
Okay, for me,
yes.
Yeah. The first thing is that commitment. If you think about commitment, and then you're not profit oriented. You know, profit oriented refer to what you do, you want to get result quickly, right? Or money quickly. It's that. Anyway, it's my turn. Right now, I cooperate with plant. They provide you translate, you know, translation. You go to the field, you translate, but they pay you according to the budget from. And then I have another project, right? Other project with the government. For example, we have sport events in Siem Reap. So you get internship, you practice with the foreigners, because foreigners, they come to sport and then you practice your English, but they pay you a little bit, but you learned. Another one, some organization need translator. I will send you. And myself, right? Myself, sometimes I prepare the seminar. They will join with me how to invite, how to write letter invitation to the guests, a lot of things, how to print or certificate, a lot of that. So in short, you can find in my workplace or with the public sector or some organization, in case you are commitment and you have a good tuning with me.
Great, thank you, Teacher Lin Chanta. And Dr. Dan, probably we could hear about the culture differences between Cambodia and the US. How could people there get internship? So it's a good.
How could students get internships in the United States? You're asking, Principal Dara, or?
Yes, yes.
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, in the United States, if you're asking how a United States student would get an internship, they would simply find, they would probably first approach their friends or family members who have an association with that business or occupation. So if there was an American student studying a foreign language, if they had a relative or a friend who worked in an office that spoke the foreign language, that's the most common way. But the second most common way is people would simply approach them. They would call a company up, or they would write a letter. That'd be the most common. They would start by writing a letter and saying, "Dear sir, dear ma'am, I'm interested in doing this internship," and that's what would happen.
Wow, it's good for us to know. Yeah, I think turn it back to Teacher Suban. By the way, I would like to extend for 3 more minutes, if you all don't mind. Dr. Dan, Teacher Janta?
No problem.
Perfect. Yeah, we still have one more question in the chat box.
May I add a little bit? Just a bit.
Okay.
Because
Teacher Janta, yeah.
now she asked the question how she get internship opportunity. So because of COVID-19, right? You cannot ask or walk in. You know, walk in means that means you cannot walk into the company and ask. So the best way is that you have to choose Facebook, because in the Facebook app they have function search for job and search for internship. I can share you later on if you're interested.
Perfect.
To text me. And LinkedIn, you can show it. And another one, don't forget to follow with the channel. Some channels or some group they provide. Like this morning, you attend because of channel or group. The Facebook now they have function. So please use online social media to fit your needs. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Teacher Janta. Teacher Suban, would you mind sharing about what you've been doing for the student at TGC to get internship?
Yeah.
Just important points, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for your good question about how to get internship. Yeah. According to my experience, what I have to facilitate to the student, I'm looking. I was looking for the location that close nearby to the student, and I try to negotiate with the owner, hotel owner or the school owner to let the student to get an internship for 2 months or 3 months. So I think this case I recommend you you can check from the website or check from the Facebook to find out about some location that nearby your house, and try to learn about that, and you can ask some you can ask the boss there to get to apply for your internship. I think even though that is the situation is not good, but I think if you are good at for communication and also for the online, I think it is very easy for you to find how to get internship, especially the Amity NGO. You can check from the Facebook and try to learn and ask information from that area or that place. Yeah, this is what I suggest to you.
Fantastic. So it sounds like because of the COVID-19 pandemic, people cannot go face to face or to meet people. The best way is to keep updated by your social medias, everybody. Let me just moderate that to make it easier for everyone to understand. Your networking through social media, through internet, the trusted site, trusted friendship, trusted network. So that would offer you the internship opportunities. Now, before we move on to a thank you part, I would like to ask all participants to pay attention to our CDL group, Community for Distant Learning. Here we have more than 1,300 participants there. We will share you the slide of our 3 panelists today so that you all can access it on your own times, and we will also share the video of this recording there as well. And now, before we close this, I would like to say thank you all for being here today. First, I would like to thank to all TGC staff who have helped us to run the project study club for the K9 and K12. So we do have 400 students under this project. And with the support of all of you, we can do this. And with the special thanks to our 3 panelists, Dr. Daniel Setmark, and Mr. Lane Janta, Mr. Suban. So we are very grateful for your precious advice and precious tips for our students from K-12. And as you may know, we already shared, there will be more than 1,000 students who will learn from this panel discussion today. And last, we'd like to thank to all students who have tried your best to be with us today. We know it's been raining for the whole night, and it's still raining now, heavily and spottedly around Cambodia. But you still show up with us. We are so delightful, and this gives us more hope to bring more education, to bring more opportunities for you all. Please give everyone a hand clapping sign for all the best to you all. And big thanks to all our three panelists today. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher.
Goodbye, Dr. Dan, and good night to you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have